What's the crack with Andrew and Pat? The best bits of Good Morning Tipperary.
FM, the home of Tip Today, back this morning at 9.
Right, good morning.
Morning, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you, actually?
Not too bad, not too bad.
You had a busy weekend.
Busy weekend, yeah. Busy week of it, yeah. We had the under-20s last Wednesday night, and then we had the minors Friday.
Of course.
The two games on Saturday, so yeah, busy couple of days.
I might talk to you about that actually at 7:30 a little bit, because it's kind of the elephant in the room this morning, isn't it? We'll have to speak a little bit about the hurling. I suppose good news, first of all, for the Camogie over the weekend.
Yeah, they had a brilliant win in the Munster final over Waterford. 3 points for a finish, and some brilliant performances all over the field. Cream Blair at the back was very much a standout for Tipperary, and Emer McGrath had a really fine game, and Cueva Stakem scored 1-1 as well in the game. So brilliant result, for James Heffernan and the team.
A convincing win.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much
a really good Waterford team as well. Like Waterford have been contesting All-Ireland finals in recent years and have been right up there amongst the best teams, and have Tipperary struggled to beat them in recent years, but that was a brilliant win and bodes them well now for the All-Ireland Championship.
Okay, good stuff. You're lucky that you're in Nina today, because the place smells of DP. To bring you back to your days of playing yourself. I don't know what I did to my shoulder, my neck over the weekend, but I've DP'd got around at me and I rubbed it in. I'd stink, isn't it? Absolutely stink.
Pungent.
It's unbelievable. I didn't realise how bad it was. But everybody would be complaining when they come in a little bit later on. So busy weekend.
Did you manage that? What were you?
I don't know what I did. Honest to God, I just don't. I always have a problem with my neck. Like I'm always saying to Murphy, but I've really done myself some damage now. So I don't know what's going on. But it's I can hardly get out of bed this morning. It's absolutely killing me. But sure, look, people.
You weren't going to play with Clonwilliam or someone?
No, I wasn't. You're joking me. You're joking me. We'll talk a bit more about the big game, and sure, look, we know what it means to us now, as you said. Eyes on Waterford, but that was never going to happen, was it? Like, really? Well, what was the final score of Limerick and Waterford?
I actually don't know what the final score was. About 7 or 8, 9 points, I think, for a finish. But it was a draw up to around 60th minute, and I was still certainly kind of holding out hope that this could actually happen here. But Limerick are Limerick, and they pushed on and finished strong.
All right, we'll talk about Clare and Tip at 5:30. Okay, talk to you then, Paul. Thanks, man.
It's just after 7 a.m. Good morning, Tipperary.
With Andrew Luby.
Tipperary's Tip FM.
That's all your updates for now. We'll have more at 8.
All right, so we said we'd talk a little bit about the hurling, and I know it's not fair to single anybody out, particularly really, but I think I heard you say Jake Morris had a good game.
Jake had a good game,
Saturday.
In fairness to him, and a couple of lads in defence done fairly well. It's just the overall team performance was
it was a bit of lacklustre there, wasn't there? Like, it's now I was listening to your commentary, and when I heard you say about Willie Connors getting the second yellow, I thought to myself, well, that's it then, pretty much, like at that stage.
Yeah, that was 51 minutes, and it just felt like a long way back.
Didn't it really?
Yeah.
What do you think happened to this ball? Like, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
it is hard to kind of put your finger. Like, the big issue I saw was that we just couldn't make the ball stick in the forward line. Any ball that went in, we just weren't winning it in the forward line, and that was making it very difficult to score, but also very difficult to kind of slow Clare down. And that was just the major issue. We didn't really set up too many goal opportunities. There was one where John McGrath let fly on the ground, and Eibhear Quilligan made a good save in the Clare goals, but other than that, hadn't too many goal chances, which is kind of unlike this Tipperary team. Whether they score them all the time or not, they usually do create a lot of goal chances. So just a real underperformance, and a kind of disappointing end now, because we've a dead rubber from a Tipperary point of view on Sunday to come against Limerick.
Playing for pride against Limerick, I guess. Like, I know these don't butter no parsnips, but Clare were the better team.
There's no
question
two ways about that, or there's no real major controversy or anything that you can kind of fall back on. The Clare had a terrible performance against Limerick the game before the Tip game, so you kind of knew they were going to come with something. And Tony Kelly had a really good game when he was on the field, and Diarmuid Stritch got man of the match in his first Munster Championship start, 6 points, and all over the field. Like John Conlon kind of rolled back the years, such a iconic player, kind of mopped up everything at centre back. And when it went to 14, when Tip went to 14, John Conlon was kind of really let free and just swept up everything that went in, and it made the Clare's defenders' jobs easier as well. For when balls were coming in, they could just flick it away, and they knew John Conlon would be there to kind of mop up and pick up the pieces. So the Clare go on to play Cork now. They're already guaranteed progression out of Munster, but that will determine who will be in the Munster final.
Okay, all right, Paul, we'll see you a little later on, man.
Good luck. More at 9.
So normally I would, I'd listen to your commentary, all right? Not just saying that I do, but I would very often watch the telly. No, I honestly do. So what I would do is I'd pop it on the telly, and I would watch on the telly with the sound down and listen to your commentary. I knew obviously I couldn't do it this weekend, but obviously we enjoyed your commentary on the match, regardless of the end score. But come here and tell me this. How do you feel, and again, like, if you don't want to answer this, it's fine, but how do you feel about games not being on RT? Like, there's a lot of people online talking about it over the weekend. It's just ridiculous, is it? Or do you not think it is?
Yeah, like it's the big games should be on telly.
Yeah.
That's how I'd say the biggest games should be on
Which
TV.
would have been Clare and Tip.
Yeah, heading into that game, I know it played out quite poor for a finish, but going into that game, that was a huge game. The last two All-Ireland champions meeting each other in a kind of must-win Munster Championship game. That should be on TV.
Yeah.
GA Plus is a brilliant service. They do really good coverage of the games, but I think that should be there to kind of show games that maybe wouldn't be on TV. And I know there's obligations with provincial football finals and all that, but the fact that there was no hurling matches on TV over the weekend,
it's madness, man.
It's crazy, because it's not like the inter-county season goes on from January to December. You have to make hay while the sun shines, and while there's big matches on, they should be on TV. And it's a balance between the GA Plus wanting to get subscribers and to make it a viable platform for the GA to continue and make money off, which is fair enough, but overall exposure of the game needs to be, the big ones need to be on TV, and as I said, for no hurling match to be on telly over a course of a weekend in the middle of May, this doesn't make sense.
You see, it's a fantastic service if you're a pub in New York or Australia or someplace, and people want to come in and watch the match and all that, and you can get it that way. But I just kind of see some owl lad below in Kerry someplace, who's no internet or any of that crack, and all he wants to do is watch the hurling over the weekend on RT. I just think it's crazy, man. And sorry, go on.
Yeah, sometimes the quality and all that is very good on GA Plus, but if you're streaming anything in any sport, especially hurling, the ball is moving so fast. I find sometimes the frame rate.
Is it really? It's not that good.
It's a little bit jumpy. You'd notice it when you're watching. You'd know if you're watching a game that's on TV or a game that's been streamed kind of straight away just by how the camera moves.
I saw somebody being interviewed over the weekend that said they mentioned Waterford, and somebody in Waterford had said that there's no young people coming up playing hurling and Waterford. I'm sure it's probably the case for many counties and all that. And he was making the point that it's because they're not showing it. Man, when Wimbledon comes up, you'll see youngsters going around with tennis rackets.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? And you will,
it's just. You do what you see, especially when you're young, you just want to be flicking through the channels and this, and it kind of goes with, I'd imagine last Wednesday evening when Tip and Clare were in the under-20 hurling final, that people would have no interest maybe in hurling or under-20 hurling anyway, were flicking through the channels and saw, God, this game has gone to extra time, I'll leave this on and watch that, and that's all part of developing the game. And this is a conversation that won't go anywhere, Andrew, because Kerry and Donegal is the big football game, is it this coming weekend, and that's on GA Plus, rather than on RT, so
there you go. But I mean, you take youngsters in Tipperary and all that, and the hurlers in every county are their heroes, and rightly so. And if they're not getting a chance to see them on the telly, I mean, they're not picking up hurleys and heading out to the field and having
because there's an argument that it's there's more games on TV now than there ever was, and that's true, but there's also more games in the competitions now than there ever was, and it's just, my point would be the big games
should be definitely
have to be televised.
It's madness. All right, man, okay, I had to say that she was in my head. Okay, we'll talk to you later on, pal. It's 20 to 9 and now this is Monday Morning Tip FM.
Tip FM, the home of Tip Today, back this morning at 9.
Well, here you are again. How are you?
Good, how are
How's
you?
things? Are you okay today?
I'm grand now. Stumbled a bit through that bulletin, but
That's all right, man. We stumble through things here every day. Like it's just.
there was a bad typo there near the end. That's just.
What was it that you stumbled? I didn't hear.
Short.
I didn't hear you stumbling. What did you stumble on?
When it's talking about Pep Guardiola, it says the first ever Champions League and most recently, and doesn't say anything about most recently. So
Oh, okay.
just left it up to interpretation.
That's perfectly.
And most recently.
That's perfectly fine. That's fine, honestly. What's the most that you? I don't know. Maybe you never buy them. Do you like scratch cards? What's the most you ever won on a scratch card? Have you ever bought a scratch card? Ever had scratch cards
Rarely.
bought for you?
More of a kind of a
You
birthday thing. Or
yeah.
Christmas or
You might get a few in a card or something.
I'd say it'd be single digits now, the most ever.
Yeah, like you might get €2 or you might get a fiver or something like that.
And it's just in the car for about 3 weeks before you're like, oh God, I have that, and I must bring that into the shop.
And should you know what? And of course they know this too. Like if you win £2 or you win a fiver, you don't collect £2. Like you buy another one, don't you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That £2 there. No.
Oh yeah, I'll have that £2 there into my pocket. The shop that sold Ireland's first ever €1 million winning scratch card has been revealed. I never thought about this. First of all, actually, I never thought you could win $1 million on a scratch card. And then I figured, when I was thinking more about it, if you could, like, how long? It's after taking till now. So the National Lottery has confirmed that it was bought at the Applegreen and Gorey in County Wexford. It says the odds of winning the top prize of it's an all-cash millionaire one, is 750,000 to 1. But like, can you imagine? Pat and I talk.
Scratch cards.
What?
How much does the scratch card cost?
I don't know. It could be a tenner scratch card or $5. I don't know.
Oh, right. Well, if it was €1, I was like, geez, you'd be making profit.
Well, I don't know.
There
No,
for
it says. Okay, see,
750,000.
man, I don't know about these. Like, it says it's the all cash millionaire car. I don't know.
That's probably.
It sounds like a tenner one.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You'd never buy a tenner one yourself. You might pop it into a card for a birthday or something, but you'd hardly buy a tenner one yourself. Normally what would happen is if I buy a scratch card that I'm after paying for whatever in the shop, and like I've got €2 and change left or something, or I've got, you know what I mean? I might suggest fares out no scratch card. I'd never go in to actually buy a scratch card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would never do it that way. But can you imagine getting out to the car and sitting in the car and scratching your scratch card?
Scratching your what?
Sorry, there's a typo there as well. I never
Bit of feedback on the line there. I didn't hear it.
What did you? I said go down to the car and scratch. And you said scratching your what? I'll forget about it. Good luck.
It's just after 7 a.m. Good morning, Tipperary.
With Andrew Luby.
Tipperary's Tip FM.
More at 8.
Here's an interesting little sportsy kind of story for you. 13% of Irish fans plan to support England in this summer's World Cup. What do you think of that? I thought it would be more than 13%, actually. I thought that's quite low.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well,
Go on, say it. Go
well,
on.
with these studies, I'd like to see who was
asked?
Yeah, do you know.
Well, it depends on the size of
people all
the sample,
do you know,
I suppose.
English heritage, or do you know?
Random. I would say random people normally when it comes to this kind of thing. But I don't see what's the problem with supporting England in the World Cup. Like, I think people could be shouting at the radio.
Bag
For
of
me.
worms here now.
I know I'm opening a bag of worms, but I tell you something. I can back it up by saying this, right? That like I'm not into football, not into soccer at all. But you've seen it too. I've seen grown men crying into their pints of Guinness, like with Liverpool and Manchester United and all that losing matches. So like they can come out, they can shout and roar like for English teams. But when it comes,
those clubs have links though.
no, they do not. They don't have links, man. And what kind of links have they? Sure, like
Irish players played there.
they have the vast majority of these fellas that are playing for these teams aren't even from England. Will you go away? For God's sake, they're from all over the world. So I don't see like suddenly people go, I can't believe you're supporting England.
When you attach the flag though, when you attach the national flag,
I don't think anybody's going to be flying English flags here. I can't see that happening. But like at the end of the day, they're our closest neighbour. Anyway, yeah, maybe I've opened a can of worms. Research on behalf of Ticketmaster shows that it comes ahead of support for Brazil, Spain, Portugal and Scotland. I'd like to see Scotland win, actually. Probably absolutely no chance, but I don't know. What are Scotland like? I told you I don't know anything about soccer.
No, I feel like the World Cup buzz in Ireland has just been on the back burner since.
Well, it has because of us not being in it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Soccer remains the country's most popular sport. 71% fans saying that they follow soccer in this country. That's followed by the GAA. Almost half of respondents saying that they follow the GAA. I would have had to think that the GAA was ahead of it, but maybe it's not. That just kind of proves what I'm saying about English soccer, doesn't it? I'm just being proved right.
Yeah.
Rugby at 43%. Would you have thought that the GAA would have had more support than soccer in this country?
Again,
Again,
these
depends
studies,
on who you
these
ask.
studies. Sound like a politician.
It depends on who you
I
ask.
haven't read the study. I can't.
You don't have to read the study. I just
speak in
read it.
individual cases.
Oh man, talk about sitting on the fence. Like. You know what I mean? Good luck to England in the World Cup. Could be me finished. That could be me finished now. Let's see if I'm back tomorrow. Okay, man. I'll see you later on.
Have more at 9.
Right, so couples that go to sleep together. Hang on a second now. What is this? Couples that go to sleep together get a better night's sleep than those that go. So it's not couples that sleep together, but couples that go to sleep at the same time together get a better night's sleep. According to a study, when your partner comes to bed after you, the disruption means it can take almost 40 minutes longer to fall asleep. And women are more affected than men. Scientists, they're on the big money for this. Scientists have found that couples with different bedtimes may be less satisfied in their relationship. So you're supposed to go to bed at the same time. I don't know really what that tells us, but do you know what's more important? Well, it tells me lots of things really, but I don't want to get into it. Do you know actually what's more interesting when it comes to couples and all this kind of thing? One of the last times I spoke to you, actually, I might have embarrassed you because I spoke about you getting married and engaged and all that. I put a bit of pressure on you. I won't do that to you again. I promise. I won't mention anything about you going down on one knee. I promise you. Right? You haven't done actually, have you, since last time?
No,
I that's all right. Okay, that's okay. I hope I'll be the first to know. Leaving a mess, Paul, for somebody else to clean is the number one cause of rows in the kitchen. Not following good hygiene rules, having different standards of cleanliness, and not leaving enough space in the kitchen counter can also make up top 10 kitchen nightmares. Apparently, couples that argue mostly argue about things in the kitchen. How are you tidy in the kitchen? How are you? Are you kind of?
I'd like to say I am. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. You're not kind of.
No, my one thing that I'll clean up everything, but I'm a drip dry kind of fella. I'll leave it there to dry rather than dry it with a towel and put it away straight away. So
you not got a dishwasher thing? They're not drying the dishwasher now. Have you got a?
I don't know. I think one of the best inventions ever are. Do you know the handles with the little sponge on the end that you put the?
Yeah, I do.
Unbelievable. It's so easy to clean up with them. Like.
Are you just talking about like for scrubbing counters and all that kind of thing? Is that the thing you're talking about?
Like you have it in the sink there for cleaning. Yeah. Unbelievable invention.
They're fantastic, aren't they?
So it's quicker using that than throwing it into the dishwasher.
I never mind putting stuff in the dishwasher. It's taking stuff out of the dishwasher is an absolute nightmare. I live in a house. I tell you, I live in a house where the last person to put something in the bin, where like the bin is actually overflowing. So you put something on top of the rubbish in the bin and you tippy-toe away from it.
Game of Jenga.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. Because if it's very full, whoever puts the very last thing in it has to put the bins out. So we have that problem going on, like tiptoeing around the bin and all that. You'll be back at 9. We'll see you then, man. All right, thanks. Good luck. Bye.
See you driving round town with the girl I know.
This morning.
All right. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, you weren't finished there. Sorry. I jumped the gun a little bit. How are you?
Good now, yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. Are you tired?
Getting kind of more used to...
Are you?
Yeah, I woke up before the alarm.
Don't say that.
More used to the early morning.
Don't say they'll be listening, man. You'll get caught for this all the time. Don't say you're getting used.
I'm on next week as well. So.
Oh, are you on next week as well? Are you on all next week?
I think Monday to Thursday, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Murphy's back then on, what date is the following Monday then? I don't know where we are.
Countdown on.
I know next Monday is the 25th because it's payday. If I add 7 to that, what would it be 30? I don't know, it doesn't matter.
32nd of May.
Is it 32nd? All right. Did you say 610 minutes of exercise? Is that a year?
Yeah, that sounds a lot.
Is that a week or no? Seriously, it's a week, is it?
Yeah. What did your man say in the clip? 100 or an hour and 20 a day.
Ah, man,
that's a bit unrealistic, isn't it?
Well, look, you'd be a hell of a lot better than I would. Like you do you go to the gym and all that?
Yeah.
Would you go every day?
2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, would you really?
Yeah.
Fair play. Would you go early now in the mornings, or what would you do?
No, last 2 days now I went on the way home from work. So
how long would you give there? About
45 minutes ish.
All right, that's not bad, I suppose, is it?
45 minutes to an hour, whatever. It depends on how much time I just take to give myself.
There's you know the gym beside us here. When obviously I'm in early in the morning. There's a huge amount of people going in there. Like at maybe
It'll just be hopping as well.
It does be hopping. It doesn't about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I suppose you'd feel great after it. Well, maybe not. But I don't know. Maybe would you feel great like if you do it before you go to work?
You should do it tomorrow morning
and see how I get on. But I imagine if you do your time in the gym before you go to work and you have your shower and all that and you're heading off to work, like you'd have to have more energy and everything, I would imagine. So it's probably better to do it first thing
job.
and get it out of the way. Today is Worst Joke Wednesday. You know how this works.
Unfortunately,
I tell stupid jokes and you laugh. That's part of the deal. All right. Mind you, the other fellow will only laugh if he finds it funny. So we'll often have crickets like playing in the background, you know. Anyway, let's do some of these for a bit of crack today. At 83 years of age, Bobo the clown finally retired from the circus. The new guy is going to have some big shoes to fill, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez, you're as bad as the other fellow now. Come on, like.
The best for last.
I'm afraid to go on now. That was one of my better ones. My great uncle was a baker in World War II. When there was conflict, he'd go in all buns glazing. Well, thank you. That's better,
stupid,
is it?
Like, that made me laugh.
Well, I can see that. I know, because it is stupid. They are stupid. I used to be a member of a secret cooking society, but they kicked me out for spilling the beans. You see, it was actually now. There you go. Now they're not bad now. I was at Leopardstown once, and a fella came over to me and whispered, "Do you want the winner in the next race?" I said, "No, I've got a very small garden." Did you even hear that? Like, did you?
Winner in the next race. No,
it went over your head a little bit. Never mind.
Over my head.
What does Shania and a Can I try that again? What does Shania and a railroad have in common?
Well,
Train tracks. I can only go downhill, I think, from now. I'll see you in a while. Good luck.
It's just after 7 a.m. Good morning, Tipperary.
With Andrew Luby.
Tipperary's Tip FM.
more at 8.
Do you know, you mentioned the RT story there, right? And so I think before Claire Byrne left, right, she was the best paid there. She was on 280,000 a year, okay?
Yeah.
Patrick Keelty, 266,000, right? But the reason I say this to you, you may not remember this. You were too young. In 2008, now you imagine this is a lot of money anytime, but imagine in 2008, Pat Kenny was there, right?
Yeah.
So he was doing his radio show and he was doing the Late Late Show, I think, at the time. Guess how much he was on a year back in 2008?
Was it 400?
951,000.
Oh, way.
Yeah, honest to God. He was on 900. I knew he was up and around the 800,000, and just while you were doing the news here, I double checked it. He was on 951,000 in 2008. Can you imagine?
Jesus.
And now they're complaining.
Get it, huh?
And now they're complaining about the wages there at the moment, but you've no idea what it used to be. Yeah. Back in the day. Shirley was on to us for Worst Joke Wednesday. Send me a couple of funny ones. We had this one before, Shirley, actually, but I enjoyed it. She said, why did David Hasselhoff change his name to the Hoff? Because he couldn't be bothered with the hassle. But actually, this one made me smile. She said to us too that a fellow was rushed to hospital only to find he was converted to a library. He said that he had to suffer in silence. Come on, that's very good.
Nasal exhale is about,
Shirley, divide that fella. I thought that was very, very funny. Had to quit my job as a bus driver. I was sick of people talking behind my back. Yesterday was a strange day. First of all, I found a hat full of money on the street, and then I got chased by an angry man with a guitar. Have you ever heard that before?
No.
You see, Murphy. See, I can use old ones now because Murphy isn't here to catch me out. I paid €2 yesterday to put air in my tyres. Crazy, isn't it? I suppose that's inflation for you, Paul.
Yeah.
See what say? Yeah, he says that. Come on. Go on, listen, I'll talk to you in a while. You'll be back at 8 o'clock. Tip FM.
All your updates for now. We'll have more at 9.
I'm sorry if I don't know. Do you have this in news? I might have missed it this morning. Did you have anything about the rents surging in the last 3? Did you have that news this morning earlier?
Yeah, 5%.
It's crazy, isn't it?
7%, yeah.
I just must be living in cuckoo land or something. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment nationwide is now more than $2,100 a month. $2,100 a month.
For a 2-bedroom apartment.
For a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, that's not just Dublin. They're saying, this is the average nationwide. Who has that kind of money? Over 525 quid a week or whatever that is. That's bonkers, isn't it? Rents in Galway City are up 18% year on year. Cork up 13%. Dublin up almost 7% year on year. So I think that's absolutely
And it's
bonkers.
not like they were low last year. Do you know?
No, it's not like.
It's an 18% rise from an already expensive start is massive.
Like, I mean, to be honest with you, even if I was to tell you what our mortgage is, I think we've got about 4 or 5 years left on our mortgage. God, I can't wait for that to be finished. But, like, it's nowhere near that kind of money.
Yeah.
Like, it's nowhere near that, and like, it's oh man, I don't know. Anyway, just I spotted that story and I just said I was shocked, actually shocked. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe people are shouting at the radio saying that's exactly what it is. It is that kind of money. Okay, last year for Worst Joke Wednesday. Today I called up the doctor and I said my wife is going into labour. What should I do? Is this her first child? He asked. I said no, it's her husband. Okay.
That's a real joke, like that airplane movie. Do you know that?
Your man Nielsen or whatever your man's name is. It really is, isn't it? I got sacked from my job installing lampposts, Paul. I put in 4 in my first month. Some of the lads that are working with me did over 20. I wouldn't mind, but you should have seen how much they left sticking over the ground. That's not very good, is it?
No.
No, says Derry.
That's probably the worst one this morning.
Oh, is it really? Yeah. Oh, God. Do I even want to do one more now after hearing that? I wonder why my head was... This is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. I wonder why my head was getting smaller. Then I realised that I'd picked up the potato peeler instead of a comb. That's just ridiculous. All right, thanks for this morning. We'll see you at 9 o'clock, man. Okay, and I'll see you in the morning again. All right, good luck.
Yeah. That's all your updates for now. We'll have more at 8.
Was it Jude was telling me before you don't drink tea or coffee? Was that you?
Yeah.
You don't drink any hot drinks at all?
No.
Have you ever?
The odd time in the winter I'd have like a hot chocolate or something, but yeah.
Never
Makes it
drink
look
tea
like
or
I'm
coffee?
drinking coffee walking around, yeah.
I just find that very strange.
I know, yeah.
Like, I mean, you'll have people that don't drink tea, but they might drink coffee or vice versa. But, so just, obviously cold drinks then. Like, I'm sorry, like.
Water here beside me.
Yeah, okay, well, no, I was going to ask you about, because what I'm drinking right now, like, is a nice cup of tea, right? Now, there's a difference between a cup of tea and a nice cup of tea. These are the things, you know what I mean by that, like?
Yeah, I've been around tea, like.
You've been, okay.
A nice cup of scald in the morning.
But what it is like, it's still the same cup of tea, but if somebody says to you, like, you meet somebody said, Ash, look, we'll have a cup of tea. Now, that's fine. Yeah. But like if you've had a kind of a rough all day,
like the timing of it.
It's the timing of it, and you're kind of venting with somebody, and this happened to me, and then he walked in, and oh man, and then I was late for that, and somebody said we'll have a nice cup of tea. There's the difference, but it's the same. It's the same cup of tea, but I'm having a nice cup of tea. Well, there's nothing really going wrong, but I'm just having a. I just feel, that
it's the timing of it. You needed it.
It is the timing of it, yeah. Murphy will know that there's 2 things that I can't deal with: is rats and snakes. All right. Have you any problem with rats or snakes? I presume you don't like them.
Yeah.
Are you okay with snakes?
Wouldn't be overly fond of them.
Well, I know there's nobody fond of rats, really.
Yeah.
You okay with snakes?
I'd leave them off, like, don't want them.
You'd leave them off. Have you ever had like a snake around your neck or held a snake or anything?
I think one came into primary school back in the day, yeah.
I wouldn't touch it.
Back just seems, yeah.
I've been when my lads were small, we were places where there were snakes and stuff, and they had no problem. Like, a fella come over and put a snake around their neck and all that. Like, I nearly ran out of the room. I couldn't touch him. I can't even.
It wouldn't be that bad, but I'd be like, yeah, let's not do that, or just leave him. Let him be. I'll be me over here. The snake can be himself over there. And, we'll stay away. So residents in Whitegate in Cork are trying to reunite a large orange snake with its owner. The animal was spotted in the town. In the town, right? The Star is reporting that it was spotted outside the Schooner Bar, and locals stepped in to try and trap it safely. So, like, it wasn't in the grass; it was like tipping around the town outside the pub. You could have a pet snake, like.
Well, I think a lot of people have, but I'm more kind of...
license for that snake?
I don't know, but I'm more baffled about, like, it just being on the footpath, like, tipping around the town, not even in the grass. Anyway, photos were shared on Facebook. One resident with the correct tank for a snake has offered to take care of it temporarily until they find out what the story is. So, like, it's not clear how the animal ended up in Whitegate, but obviously it's got out of somebody's house and all of that. Like,
I remember being on holidays before, and like you'd be looking up places. Okay, there's snakes in this region. It's like, right, we'll stay away from there. I don't know. I just keep my distance from him.
Have you seen Yellowstone? Have you seen the TV show Yellowstone?
No.
Okay, well, there's a spin-off called Dutton Ranch now, and I saw the two characters being interviewed the other night, and one of their problems is wherever they were filming, the place is full of rattlesnakes. So they had teams of people that would just literally there was one place where they were filming, and they found 40 of them, in the grass. Like I would just lose my mind.
Double barrel job.
Jez, don't say that, will you? That'll get us in trouble, you know. Humane way of getting rid of them.
A barrel of snakes.
Oh, sorry, a barrel of snakes. All right, jeez, right, okay. All right, man, see you at 8 o'clock. Good luck, bye-bye. It is 7:39 now.
Your updates for now. We'll have more at 9.
I'm not completely across the story, but what you were saying about your man filming the football team. Did you see the photographs of your man filming? He's not going to get a job at MI6 anytime soon, is he?
No, hiding behind the tree.
He was just hiding behind a tree. Like, even if he just sat there, I would imagine, and pretended he was just looking at his phone and film, nobody would have taken any notice.
Yeah,
sure, stuck out like
the Southampton training ground is on like a kind of hotel resort kind of thing. So
there you go.
It wouldn't be out of the ordinary of people kind of walking around and looking in at training. So
it's the most ridiculous photograph, isn't it? Where you're hiding behind a tree with he's stuck out like a sore thumb.
It is unbelievable though. Like, that's going to cost that club millions and millions.
I know, it's bonkers, isn't it? Did you ever hear of inattentional blindness? Well, I've never heard of it till now. But a scientist has explained that why you sometimes can't find your keys even if they're right in front of you. Has it ever happened to you that something is right in front of you?
Yeah.
I thought it was just age, man. It happens to you as well, does it?
The odd time, yeah.
So it's known as inattentional blindness. When your brain can't see certain things and certain items because they're in an unexpected location. So even if they're sitting in front of you, because they shouldn't be where they are, your brain doesn't allow it. Does that make sense to you?
Creatures of habit, aren't they?
Oh, unbelievable. Professor Michelle Spear, as her name says, it's most likely to happen when somebody feels stressed or in a rush. What's happened to me lately is, and I know, when you could joke about this, and I actually hope it's happening to you too, because I don't mean it that way, but was I worried about my age? I constantly am walking into rooms and having no idea why I walked into a room. Does that ever happen to you?
It does, yeah.
Oh, well, thank God, because
you walk upstairs, I must go up and get whatever.
Go up and get whatever. It's really worrying me lately. Well, normally if it's the kitchen, I know I'm going for biscuits or something. I normally go, what did I come in for? Sure, look, there's probably biscuits. But anyway, it's happened to me a lot lately.
We'll get to many and see what happens.
All right, buddy, see you at 9 o'clock. 8:37 now. Tip FM.
No New Year's Day.
Tip today, back this morning at 9.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. If I remembered last time you were on with me, you said you're not a fan of early mornings.
I wouldn't be a natural early bird. No.
But it's a little bit easier when you open your eyes and you know it's a Friday. It's last one. Well, that's the way my mind works anyway.
Yeah, and it helps when the sun is coming up as
well. It does, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be great for the next few days and even better next week, I believe. Here's a quick one that might be of interest to you, actually, because I'm sure this came from the newsroom in the radio. So there's a British radio station called Radio Caroline. Now, for the anoraks out there, it's not the original Radio Caroline, okay?
Not the old pirate.
No, it's not the old pirate. But they've apologised after accidentally broadcasting an announcement claiming that the king had died.
I heard that.
Right? Well, I'll explain it to people in a second, but the station interrupted a song falsely announcing that the king had passed away, following by a recording of God Save the King, along with a 15-minute period of silence. Radio Caroline says it was a computer error triggered by emergency procedures prepared for the death of the king, causing programming to go off air. Now, I understand this a little bit, and you understand a little bit, because I see a lot of people online going, that, how could that happen? So, well, you'd probably explain it better because it's kind of a newsroom thing. But very often radio stations and TV stations would have an obituary written for people that are still very much alive.
Yeah, we don't do it here now because, look, it's a slightly different scale. But, I worked in newsrooms in Dublin where we would have had obits done up with voice reports ready to go in case the president or the Taoiseach or various dignitaries died.
Exactly.
So that we had something ready to go in case of an emergency.
I mean, you take David Attenborough, okay, who still looks amazing at 100 years of age. But Sky News and the BBC and all that will already have probably an hour of programming taped and put together just to use when the day comes.
Yeah, and there's so much good footage, that'd be an easy one to put together.
Well, that would be an easy one, or even bring it back home. As you mentioned, the President, Catherine Connolly, who's fit and well at 68 years of age and looks amazing and all that.
Yeah, we'll be seeing her later.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that RT would have something. Basically, to explain it to people in a nutshell, it's 10 to 1, and the main lunchtime news is coming on at 1 o'clock on a radio station or on the telly or something, and the news comes in, sadly, that somebody very important has passed away. And then you're kind of caught with, well, I was going to see your pants down, but that's an unfortunate kind of a term. But you know, that's an unfortunate kind of a term. But you know what I mean.
So you're running around in that studio with your pants down all the time, Andrew, aren't you?
Oh, no, not since the guard spoke to me about it. But you know, you're kind of caught like, and all the other radio stations have a piece to go on air at 1 o'clock, and you're kind of saying, oh man, like we have nothing about this, only just, you know, and then there's a big rush and all that. So that's what happened. So obviously it was on a computer, somebody played it by accident, and that's what happened. So it's not uncommon.
It's embarrassing, no.
Yeah, it is. All right, man, talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Good luck.
It's just after 7 a.m. Good morning, Tipperary.
With Andrew Luby.
Tipperary's Tip FM.
Sporting headlines again at 8.
All right. SpaceX is filing for a stock market debut. I'm sure you saw that, Elon Musk.
Yeah, well, he's short of a few bob, all right.
I think they're saying he's going to be the first trillionaire in the world, like, ever, which is like a fair accomplishment. I'm not much of a fan of Elon Musk. Like, it doesn't really matter to me too much. But he's currently the richest man in the world. I was just looking it up there. He's got between 790 and 840 billion as it is. So the rocket.
I remember back in the day when I heard that Microsoft
when
boss,
he had nothing.
Bill Gates, before Elon Musk was known, Microsoft founder Bill Gates. I remember hearing that he had 19 billion in personal wealth.
There you go.
That's going back 20 odd years.
And that was ridiculous money.
That was ridiculous money. But I remember the stat was that he could build his own space station then, like the International Space Station. Musk was already doing all that.
He was already doing it.
Yeah.
So rocket maker SpaceX, I don't know what they do. I know they have, I know what they do, but they also have the internet thingy in the sky, don't they?
Yeah.
So basically you can get the internet. Is that available in Ireland? Is that a stupid question?
Yeah. Actually, it's meant to be quite good, quite reliable. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of speeds like? Is it really like proper good like?
Yeah, better. It was definitely an option for people in, I think West Cork has huge take-up of it because they had no broadband, the national broadband
couldn't
plan
reach them
wasn't
there,
getting there. And people, I spoke to an engineer. I used to work in IT in a different life, Andrew, and I remember speaking to an engineer who said, actually, it's the best option, and this is a few years ago, but reliable and good speeds and stuff. So it is available. It's in use across Ukraine, obviously, you know that.
Of course,
for, the Ukrainians when they don't have other infrastructure and stuff. So,
okay. Richest people in Ireland, I guess you know who these are, don't you? Collison
I'm
brothers.
very friendly with all of them, yeah.
Well, you know when you look up John and Patrick Collison, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're worth about 10 billion each. But when you look them up, and on Wikipedia and on AI, they'll tell you that they're from County Limerick. But they're not from County Limerick.
No,
they were brought up and reared in Drumineer.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, is in County Tipperary, so we're claiming them. I remember somebody said to me, I'll leave you go now, I remember somebody said to me a long time ago, and it stayed with me, some people are so poor, no, sorry, hang on, I admit that, got that wrong. Some people are so well off, all they have is, no. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. Hang on. What did they say to me? And I told you I remembered it. Some people are so rich, all they have is money. Some people are so poor. I have it now. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. Got there eventually, like. It wasn't that difficult, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, but you get it, like. You can see what they're saying there. Okay, man, listen, we'll see you at 8 o'clock, all right? It's 7:37, everybody. Tip FM.
Right at home.
11.
Come here, do you ever send, do you send voice notes to people?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, do you ever? But probably some of us do the very odd time. But apparently 1 in 5 people prefer to send a voice note instead of like normal WhatsApp messages and all that.
I saw that this morning, yeah.
Yeah. The average adult sends 21 of them a week. I've never, well, I won't say I've
never. And if
never.
you and I are not sending any, that means people are sending 40 a week.
Well, there you go. If you do it that way, you do the subs. I don't ever do it. Now, it sounds ridiculous. Like, when I say I don't know how to do it, I obviously know how to do it. But for some reason, when you're on the WhatsApp and you press that little microphone button, and when I send it, it goes, hi, Do you know what I mean? There's little gaps, like, for some reason, like, I can never... I know you're looking at me strange now. Maybe it's my phone.
Yeah, no, there's a setting in it that you can play stuff at high speed.
Oh, is that what's going on?
So it might be that you have that setting on and that you're listening to yourself back in high speed.
Really?
So if you have a look for the setting, you might be able to get it. Or maybe there's just a problem with your mic, but someone would have told you that when you were talking to them on the phone.
Well, I don't use it now, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
no,
you.
that's what puts me off when you hear somebody listening to a really long message at double speed because they can't be bothered listening to it properly. You're going.
But isn't, regardless of the high speed and all that, a poll finds that a quarter of people get annoyed by people waffling on too long on voice notes. Like, at least if you're texting somebody, it's kind of direct and it's to the point. But like when you start talking to people, like I know somebody now, and they will talk to you on a voice note as if they're talking to you like they're talking to you now.
Yes.
So they'll start off the conversation by going, come here, what was I going to say to you? Do you know that sort of thing? Do you know that sort of thing? Instead of just telling me what they were going to say. But anyway.
I find myself starting to type long texts and then going, no, I'm just going to ring.
Exactly. That's easier. Do me a quick favour before you go. We've got a competition this week, and I've been putting together qualifiers across the week. John Cashman, Tess O'Connor's in there. Julie Tarrant, Sinead O'Brien in Clonmel was yesterday. Bernie Fairfield in Clonmel is today's qualifier, because we're chatting about the Mallow Home and Garden Festival taking place. Starts today across the weekend. I'm after putting between 1 and 5 different numbers beside their names, if that makes sense to you. So will you pick a number between 1 and 5 for me?
Number 4.
There you go. It was today's qualifier, in it, number 4. Bernie Fairfield in Clonmel wins our prize.
Coming up behind and taking it at the last fence.
All right, man. Fair play.
All right, thanks.
Talk to you later.
I can't recall the last time that we talked.
What's the crack with Andrew and Pat? The best bits of Good Morning Tipperary.